Hello, we're here in Leicester Square in London for BFI's 59th Annual Film Festival.
We're going to be bringing you a smorgasbord of news and reviews, as well as interviews on this very special festival this weekend.
I'm Bella DeHarley, he's Matt Whittle.
And this is Cameo. So for the first time ever in BFI history, they've screened some short films at the festival.
One of them was a stop-motion animation called Edmund, which was really great. They combined stop-motion animation with drawn-on faces, which was really cool. And it was really disturbing themes, but really charming at the same time and actually pretty funny.
What kind of themes?
Him climbing back into his womb in a very sort of graphic, and it literally goes into the womb with the baby, and then he's in there with his twin and he eats his twin in the womb, and it's very interesting, but it still manages to be funny, which I thought was very impressive.
So he climbs back into his mother? That's funny, because I'd like to climb into your mother.
No. There was a short film called Operator, which was really good, really intense, about an operator in the fire service department, and all the action focuses on her, but you really get a sense of the panic of the mother who's there with her son, trapped in their family home, which is burning. It's only 6 minutes long, so short and sweet, but...
Short and sweet, that's what a lot of people say about my penis. What do you think about that?
I think that's half accurate.
It's sweet?
We also saw the short film Mothers, which was my personal favourite out of all of them. The director, it was her first time directing a short film. It was really, really moving, and it's set in one location in this family home. It's really claustrophobic, and we were lucky enough to get an interview with the director and some of the production team.
It's not exactly my life, but the thing is that I grew up with two mothers, also in Paris. This is the base of the inspiration, and after it's fiction.
Mother won the Best Short Movie awards at Toronto, so that was a huge event for us and for all the production teams. So we're very proud.
Oh, congratulations on that, that's amazing. Dissonance is a really beautiful animation, and the director animated most of it himself. It's also a mix of live action and animation, so it's a really cool way of portraying what's going on in the protagonist's mind and how his world is just falling around him. We got to chat to the composer himself.
It's about a pianist who lives in a kind of a dream world and has a round piano and plays crazy music on that piano. We had to compose these concerts, first of all. Till Novak, the director and animator, could then animate scenes, and even the fingers would correspond to the music.
Over is another one of the short films we've seen. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's very topical because it's about an immigrant who fell to his death because he was so desperate that he climbed into the undercarriage of a plane. Yeah.
Tom Cruise, he ain't, right?
Not quite.
No Rogue Nation.
Sadly not, no, not for him. So the structure of the film really plays into that, and the director said that he really wanted to make the audience think.
Over is actually based on a true story, believe it or not. I read a small newspaper article and thought that this story epitomised a certain type of desperation. I'm very interested personally in long, static takes. I'm interested in duration. I think one risks switching the viewer off. But I think importantly with this project, because it's only 14 minutes long, I thought I was able to do that and really intrigue the viewer and hold the viewer. Wide, static shots make the viewer look closer, make them listen harder. I'm hoping that kind of had its effect.
We saw a short film, Red Moon Rising, so we interviewed the director about her very unique creative vision.
It's a strange kind of film because it wasn't all planned out in advance where I knew how it was going to turn out. I mean, it's almost like the film happened by itself. I was interested in weather and finding different kinds of weather and different times of day. I've never been in a competition before, so it's really new for me. I guess it's because the film's 15 minutes long, because they seem to go for a certain length or something. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here. It's great.
Shut the fuck up and don't test me.
Well, I've just seen The Green Room, directed by Jeremy Saulnier of Blue Ruin fame, one of the best films to come out of Sundance last year. And he's followed it up with kind of an Under Siege movie. The premise is a band go to like this venue to play, and they find out like the people there are kind of like neo-Nazis, and then they end up finding a dead body, and it goes quite dark, and they end up getting trapped in a room, and they know they're going to die. It gets really cool. Starring Patrick Stewart, Imogen Poots, and Anthony Eklund. So yeah, I'd recommend that.
So Matt, you just went to see Petting Zoo, didn't you?
I did. And not to sound like I'm being really pessimistic this weekend, but it also kind of sucked. It's set in Texas. It's based on the writer-director's own sort of life. And it's about a girl that gets way in over her head and has to grow up really quickly when she gets pregnant. The script really lets down the acting, I felt. There are some nice moments in it, but ultimately as a package it doesn't really come together. I saw Reuben Godfrey, which is adapted from a stage play, which kind of shows a lot of similar locations. It's a very performance-driven film, but luckily the performances are actually really great. The lead is electric in it. It's quite a fun film. At the same time, very dark, but what do you expect from a black comedy? So what did you think of Truth?
Beautiful performance from Kate Blanchett. She's stunning in it. I thought James Vanderbilt, it was his first film that he directed, so the pacing was a little bit slow at times, but overall a good directorial debut from him. The script could have been better, could have developed the minor characters a bit more. I think Kate Blanchett definitely carries the story. She's definitely a star in that. And we were actually lucky enough to get an interview with her just before the screening here at Odeon Leicester Square. I'm here with Kate Blanchett at the premiere of Truth. So, are you excited to see the film tonight?
I am. I mean, it's always great to see these things playing with an audience because you do it in a vacuum, really, unlike theatre. And, it's quite a contentious issue and a lot of contentious questions that the film raises. So I'll be curious to see what people make of it.
And have you read the book that the film is based on?
Yes, I read Mary Mapes' memoir that she wrote after she was ejected from 60 Minutes and CBS News, and I met Mary, and the film is based on her memoir, but it sort of redresses in a way the actual events that were described in the media, because of course she couldn't talk to the media at the time. There was an injunction from CBS, so yeah. And
it's the director's first directorial debut, I believe,
Yep.
James Vanderbilt. And what was that like working with him?
He's an astonishing writer. I mean, I remember seeing Zodiac, which he wrote, and David Fincher doesn't do just anything. And Jamie's an extraordinary writer and a screenwriter, and in a way, a lot of the direction was already embedded in the screenplay. So his vision for it was so clear and so assured. I can't imagine anyone else having directed it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
The truth gets lost in the scrum.
So Matt's just been to see Don't Grow Up. What was the film like, Matt?
It's kind of like a zombie horror piece of crap movie. Literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Definitely the worst film I've ever seen in a cinema. But yeah, I had the delight of going where the cast and crew were also there. And I turned to Claudia Ikamop and said, she's one of the worst actresses I've ever seen on screen, the lead actress, to which Claudia then replied, she's sitting next to me. So that was fun. I really hope they didn't hear me. Probably did.
So I'm guessing you didn't stick around for the Q&A then?
No, well, neither did anyone else. Probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen. But they made a shit movie, so...
Well, that's fair. I guess not everything at BFI is going to be great.
No.
Some of them are hit and miss.
Well, you're still great, Bella.
And you're still not. So we just went to see Steve Jobs. Matt, what did you think of the film?
I thought it was pretty awesome, actually. Sorkin dialogue always delivers, so that was really interesting. It's just really relentless, really cool. And I like that they didn't shy away from Steve Jobs being kind of a bit of a dick.
Yeah, and it was beautiful pacing, beautiful directing from Danny Boyle as well, and just brilliant performances from the cast all around. The music was gorgeous as well.
It really did pack a punch. And of course, we also got to go to the Q&A afterwards, which was amazing. We got to see Michael Fassbender, Danny Boyle, Kate Winslet, who was really funny, and we also got to see Jeff Daniels, who looked a bit bored to be there, to be honest, but what else can you do? He's the Daniels, you know?
So we've seen a lot of great films over the course of this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of really interesting pieces, and meeting all the stars has been really cool.
I've been Bella.
And I've been Matt.
And this has been Cameo at BFI.